Hey guys, it's Wanda and welcome to Crazy Days. The canning kitchen's open, but we're not opening the stove today. We're going to talk about what you do after you've canned. This is something that's not talked about very often. Most people just show you how to can. They don't show you the last part of it. And this is very important, and it's a very important part of canning. We're also going to be talking about the winners to my 15,000 subscriber giveaway, and thank you guys so much for helping me get to 15,000. What do most people not talk about? We finished these jars. They're done. Still got the ring on them. I take and test them. You don't hear it pop. It doesn't squishy. It's solid. That means it's sealed. I take the ring off. I've got a thing here to wash rings in a little bit, and we're going to put them all there when we get them off. This cloth has a little bit of soap and water. I rub my finger lightly around the top. I wash the top of the jar, and then I wash the whole jar like this. Then I take a dry cloth and just walk my way around and be careful. That's what I'm going to tell you, be careful. Now, why did I do that? Why did I take the ring off? Why did I wipe everything down? We're going to talk about that, okay? So today we're going to be using my stove top as extra counter space. Now, you can wipe the jar before you take the ring off. It doesn't matter whichever way you do it. Just so the whole jar is clean. The reasoning behind this is when you're pressure canning, the water boils, and it boils all over your jars. I mean, all over them. And so it can leave a sticky substance if anything leaks out of your jar or anything like that. And you want it clean so you can write on the top. You ever noticed if you didn't clean them that it's hard to write, even with a permanent marker like this one? It's hard to write. And once we get them clean, and we've checked that the seal's there, we've taken the ring off, we've cleaned them, it's very important to write on them. Now, this one gives you space to write what it is, and it gives you space to write the date. I did these on 5/30/21, and these are yellow wax beans. Now you ask, why would you write exactly what it is? Because in the future, if I'm not around, and somebody picks this jar of beans up and they look and they go, they're not any good. These look like green beans, but they're yellow. They're probably not any good. If I wrote on the top yellow wax beans, then maybe somebody in the future will know it says they're yellow. Maybe that's the way they're supposed to look, and they'll eat them, you know. Instead of throwing them out because they think they're not any good because they're green beans, it's turned yellow. With these have potatoes and green beans. On the top I will write potatoes and green beans. These were the purple beans, but they've turned green, and you can see that they're green. But in the future, I want people to know that potatoes, green beans. I might not always be the one going to get a jar of food. Somebody else may be here, and they need to know what's in the jar if they don't know how, know by look is what I'm going at. But we always test the tops. I came out here earlier and tested all the tops. They were all down. That's one thing you want to make sure of. I take the rings off because this is down now. Say a week from now, I come out and I smell something, and I'm going, oh, all my beans sealed, and I don't know why I smell anything. Well, if you've got those rings on your jars, if all of them have rings on, and the seal pops because there's something went wrong with the jar, you've got the rings on and you have no clue. If the ring is off, you can walk through your cabinet and look and touch all of them in your cabinet, and the one that's smelling bad, usually the whole thing will just pop. It'll move. And you can say, oh, there it is, instead of having to take all the rings off and looking, because the ring holds it down. And it's very hard to find a jar of bad food if you've got the rings on. So that's the reason behind me taking the rings off. It's the reason why I wash everything, because I want the sticky off where it writes, where you can write on. Plus, I don't like sticky jars. It's just part of it, you know. So today, a quick video on things that people don't tell you about canning. Some people take, and I do this on occasion, I have hot soapy water. I've used the hot soapy water and take my cloth and take the soapy water and rinse it right quick, and then stick it under the sink and let it wash off. You just don't want to bump this top, and you want to be very careful. You don't want to drop your jars. So now we're going to wash all these. We're going to write on all of them. I want to announce some winners. So the winners of my 15,000 subscriber giveaway, the Rada Peeler, is Sharon Craig. For a Rada Peeler, Sharon Craig. For the bottle brush from Full Circle, Dennis Cleveland. Full Circle bottle brush, Dennis Cleveland. For a ball book, not necessarily this one, but the newer edition, I'm going to send the newer edition out, Janet Bush. A ball book, Janet Bush. Now, guys, send me an email at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com so that I can get your address and send these things to you. They will be coming from Amazon. I'm going to just ship straight from Amazon, and I'm going to add a little something with it besides these 3 items. If you want one of them, you're going to get something else extra in your order. So please, Sharon Craig, Dennis Cleveland, and Janet Bush, get in touch with me. Now, I'm going to continue on with the things that people never tell you about. I'm going to keep on. I've got all these to clean, and then I've got to store them. And you always store them in a spot that has the least amount of light. A lot of people like a dark cabinet. Now, my cabinet in my dining room has a lot of light in there. And I have people all the time say, how come you don't have them in a dark place? The reason behind that is twofold. Number one, Mr. Danny got sidetracked and didn't build any doors on it. Number two, when people come through and they see it, they love it. They think it's a focal point in my house to see my canning jars. That's not all of them. That's just a few. The third thing is, Danny and I eat 90% of that within a month. So the light is not getting to it enough to do any damage before we eat it. We have other jars stored in dark places so that I don't have to worry about it. So that is why mine is stored where they are in my dining room. But no, I have things that are not stored like that. And I rotate. Everything on that shelf, usually, with the exception of 2 or 3 things, we go through most of it within a month. So then I'm bringing more stuff and putting on the shelves. So some of it may have 18 on it, but it just means I've got 18 that I'm still eating. And we've got the 20 and the 21, the 19, 20, and 21 in another place. We rotate out. So for me, to store things in my dining room is mainly for quick access and for any visitors to see. Normally, most of my stuff is stored out of sight and out of light. It's just me. So guys, if you won one of the prizes, contact me. Send me an email at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com and send me an address. Guys, this is why I have the Canning Kitchen, to show you some of those things that people don't talk about, to talk about things that people do talk about, and just to show you canning in general and to have fun. So next canning, We're going to be water bathing. It's going to be fun. So the canning kitchen is closed, guys. We'll see you next time on Crazy Days.